Election season is in full swing here in the US, and it's got me pretty excited. So excited, in fact, that I somehow created some connection between democracy, capitalism, and SoftwareOne's marketplace platform. So, without further ado, let's get into more about how SoftwareOne is democratizing software for the entire industry. I'm Wes Lewis. I'm a CSM here on the SoftwareOne marketplace platform team. Buckle in because this one's going to be weird. So, we've mentioned before that the SaaS space is absolutely exploding. More and more apps are popping up all the time, and it's getting really hard to keep track of it all. One of the reasons new SaaS apps are popping up so often is the ease and accessibility of the tools and resources required to make them. And for that same reason, people and businesses are able to create more and more niche apps and use cases for apps. This is great for the democratization of technology. In the past, it would take a lot of time, expertise, and resources to create an application. So app creators would create an app, and companies would buy it and kind of work around the nuances of the app because there were so few. This is how a lot of the big tech companies of today got their start back in the 70s and 80s. But in most cases, what started off as one general purpose application has expanded now into a whole suite of products and services just to feed their shareholders' ever-present hunger for growth. Today, however, creators are creating apps that focus specifically on providing a solution to a very specific problem for a very specific business or type of business. For example, a small retail shop can't afford or really wouldn't even want the same functionality from their software as a huge retail chain. This creates a market opportunity for new software vendors to come in and make a solution that is tailor-fit to that small local retailer. Maybe even a solution that is specific to a clothing retailer in California that just makes clothes for babies. I'm telling you, it gets very specific today. And it's only going to get more specific as the barrier to entry to creating SaaS apps lowers. I think this is super cool because it democratizes technology. There's more competition against the entrenched players like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, etc. And different businesses have more options to get better products and services for their business and their specific needs. But this comes with the ancillary challenge of managing all these disparate apps from disparate vendors. And speaking of those huge entrenched players, they will absolutely use this as a sales tactic, claiming that bundling and consolidating will ultimately be in your best interest. And look, in some cases, that might be the case. But for the vast majority of companies, the best solution for them tends to come from a specific vendor that's going to be different from all of their other subscriptions. So we want to be able to choose the best apps for us that most perfectly fit our particular needs. But if we do that, we're going to be stuck managing tons of apps. Well, that's where SoftwareOne comes in. SoftwareOne is facilitating the democratization of the software space by taking subscription and license management off the table. For example, if big software comes in and says, cancel that other app and just bundle it with us instead and consolidate your billing, you can confidently say, no, your solution for that sucks. The one we have is best for us, and thanks to SoftwareOne, billing and admin is easy. At the very least, what this does is it takes away that negotiating point from that huge vendor. And if you're watching this, you probably know you need all the help you can get when you're negotiating big software contracts. But what's cool about what we're doing is that we not only make it easier for you to manage your licenses, but our platform can serve as a launch pad to those small SaaS vendors who are otherwise struggling to compete with the big guys. Huge companies like Oracle and SAP have systems that allow for a myriad of billing, licensing, and financing options, many of which are required by would-be customers. And it can be cumbersome for a new SaaS company to provide all these while still trying to focus on making their product as good as possible. Well, SoftwareOne can do this for them. SoftwareOne can provide a distribution channel that complies with every business's procurement requirements and makes it easy for the customer and the SaaS vendor. So, next time you need to negotiate a software contract, stick it to the man a little bit, get a little punk rock, choose the apps you want to, and let SoftwareOne worry about the boring stuff like managing all your different contracts. I really do think that what we're building is unique and it's going to change the industry. So stay tuned because we'll keep providing updates as to what we're building. It's a lot of work and it's going to take a lot of time before we get to this goal of providing a platform that any company can use to buy any app. But we're in it for the long haul. In the meantime, we're putting out a lot of other content. If you have questions about the platform or you're curious how to use it or how to get on board, send us a message, leave a comment, or engage with your local account manager. Get in touch and we'll set up a meeting so that you can understand what it is we're building, what the dream is, and how we can make your life easier by automating your IT procurement. Thanks again for watching. If this comes out before voting closes, go vote.